Hi, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy, and I am coming to you from the Wick Co. I'm very excited for today's class. This is only my second one for Michael's. We did do a candle class 2 weeks ago, which was fabulous. Hopefully some of you attended. If not, we'll see you at the next one in December. But today we are going to do soap making. I'd love to see in the chat box, has anyone ever made soap before? Just a quick yes or no so I can see what most people are saying. Is this your first class? Okay, most people have not made soap before, which is awesome. This is going to be a great first experience for you. So thank you so much for coming today. We will put in the chat box where you can purchase the kit that we're going to go over today, the Lush Lather Soap Kit. And there's also a host of other soap kits there as well. But this will give you a great introduction to making. It is absolutely so much fun. But let me ask you something. Why on earth would you want to make your own soap? I mean, you could go in any aisle in the grocery store and other fine stores and buy soap that's already pre-packaged. It's already beautifully made and it is just ready to go in your cart. Why would you want to make your own soap? Anyone think of a reason why someone would want to make their own soap? I'm checking the chat box in case anyone wants to chime in. I like to make it as interactive as possible. Even though we're online, there we still can communicate. So that's awesome. Anyone? Exactly. The number one reason is that most people who make soap do so to avoid undesirable ingredients. I've talked to so many soap makers, and that's usually how they get started, is they're allergic to something or one of their family members are, and they just want a cleaner, more natural, body-friendly way to go and use soap. Makes complete sense. And then once they start making the soap, they realize how creative and fun it is. And then they get out of control and addicted to making soap because it's so fun. Wait, I'm talking about myself, sorry. I love making soap. It is so fun because there's a basic formula that we use, but then you can customize it. You can change the color, you can add designs, you can change the fragrance, you can change molds. I mean, there's just so much you can do with soaps and it's so fun. And then at the end of the day, you have a practical, beautiful product that you can use for your family, yourself, or gift. So it's super cool. I'm sure you're going to love it as well after today. So let's dive in and get a little soapy. The first thing we're going to do is, has anyone bought the kit yet? And it's no worries if you haven't. You still can always go online with Michael's and buy it. But is anyone working along with me? That's kind of what I'm looking for, to see kind of how slow or fast I should go. Okay, it looks like the majority of people have not purchased the kit yet. Totally fine. But let me show you what it will look like when or if you do. It is the most beautiful packaged chic gift box. And I say that because honestly, I am obsessed with just the packaging. It is so beautiful. It's also recyclable and biodegradable, which is a big plus for me. Wick Co, the number one thing we focus on is being eco-friendly. So I feel very proud that we care about the environment. And we're doing everything we can to make sure that there's going to be trees and there's going to be wildlife, and we're not going to have chemicals in the environment. So that's what sets Wick Co apart. And I'm so happy to be partnered with Michael's and share it with you today. So when you get your box, your kit, it's a DIY kit. It's super fun. Even if you weren't here today, you wanted to give it to someone as a gift, or you could use it for like a birthday party, a holiday party, like maybe during the holiday time when everyone's kind of sitting around eating food and having a good time. It's an activity to do. There's so many ways to use our DIY kits. But anyway, you would have a kit of easy peasy instructions for you in all our kits. Then you have really cool wood fibers. I love these. Again, biodegradable, Don't have to worry about the environment. And then you would have, and I've taken out some of the ingredients. Today we are going to work with this, and it is the shea butter and goat milk soap base, and it's very natural and sustainable. It is also made of shea butter, a little bit of coconut oil, and some goat milk base. So just 3 clean ingredients in your base. So that's what we were talking about. You don't have to worry about the harsh chemical ingredients that you find in the normal soap aisle. I'm sure they're cheap and easy and beautiful, but they also contain a lot of chemicals that if you read, you probably wouldn't want on your skin. So after you see what we're going to do today, you might be a believer like me on how much fun soap making is and how great it is for your skin. So we're going to use this as your base. The next thing that came in the kit is these beautiful rose petal hibiscus enhancers. I already have made a little, I am a teacher, sorry, I can't get the teacher out of me. So I had to organize all my different botanicals, glitter, lavender buds, just because I wanted to show you that there's other options when you make soap. But in this kit, you're going to have the rose petals, which are amazing. And I have them right here. So you'll have that. And then you'll also have this fragrance, which comes with the rose, patchouli, and amber. This, my friends, is almost intoxicating. I hate to use that word, but it's absolutely awesome. It is a combination of warm tones, but also very kind of rosy flower, citrus. It's hard to even pinpoint exactly, but it's very, it feels like falling in love. That's really what this feels like. I had to put it in words. It is just magnificent. So highly recommend this. It is just fantastic. Rose, patchouli, and amber. So it has that warm amber musky tone, but then it has that rose in it. It's just unbelievable. So this comes in the kit. It also comes with a bamboo stirrer, which we're going to need. So step 1, let's just get all sudsy now. And feel free. We have someone who is monitoring the chat box. If you have a question, just shout it out in there. I can't see or hear you, but we will get your questions taken care of. So the next thing we're going to do is I have to cut the soap base. And this actually is the hardest part. And it's not that hard at all, especially if you have muscles, which I don't. But you just cut it like this. You can use a knife at home too. I used a knife prior to this. So we want to cut it in pieces so it will melt quicker. It's still going to probably take 3 minutes-ish, depending on your microwave, to melt. But I like to check mine like every once a minute, or sometimes I go to check it even every 30 seconds just to see what's going on in the microwave. But we're going to cut it up so it makes it easier to melt. Okay. And we are going to, and I do want to tell you a little bit more about the fragrance as this is melting. All right. So let me just pop this in the handy dandy microwave. So you would need a measuring cup or anything plastic. I've used bowls before. I've used anything that, is in my cabinet. So I'm putting it on 3 minutes, but I'm going to check it every once in a while just to make sure that I don't burn it, which it probably won't anyway, but I just like to check it, make sure it's going to be good. Okay. So I did tell you how amazing the fragrance is, but what I didn't tell you is the most important part of our fragrances. Our fragrances are free of all toxins possible. You cannot get a more clean, sophisticated, complex, and sustainable fragrance. What do I mean? I mean that there's no parabens, there's no Prop 65 ingredients, there's no phthalates, it's vegan, It's 100% natural. It's just, I mean, it is as clean as you can get. Why does that matter? Hold on, let me do my first check. Okay, we're going, it's melting quite slow today. So I think it'll be good for a minute. All right. So why is that important? Well, you're putting this on your body. And we don't want you to have any reactions or just anything that could go wrong with putting ingredients that are have toxic properties on your body. So when you work with Wood & Wick Co.'s fragrances, you don't have to worry about anything. Everything is as eco-friendly, as clean as you can get a fragrance oil. So that is why you do care about what oils you put when you're making your soap. So be aware of that. If you go ahead and use any in the future, any other kinds of fragrance oils, you want to make sure you're using the best ingredients for your skin. So give me one more second here. Oh, now it's looking perfect. All right, awesome. Okay, so we have, it's hot too. The goat milk and shea butter mixture. And the next step is we're going to take the entire bottle of fragrance oil, and you could just do that, but it takes for too long. So I'm going to try to pull off the top to get it to go in easier. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. So I took the top off to make it pour in better. And you're going to pour the whole bottle. And it smells so good. Okay. And you're going to stir it for about a minute. All right. I do have some chunks in mine, but I knew that ahead. And I was only going to make 4 soaps anyway with this. So that's okay. All right. So I'm going to stir it for a minute. You can use a timer, or you could just stir it for a minute. There's other things that you can do if you wanted to add into your soap base. For instance, there are things called eco glitter. There's mica powders. Those change the color of your soap. Super cool. That's when you would do it right now during this part, is when you would mix it, if you were going to mix in to change your color of your soap. And those are fun. But the botanicals we're going to use, we're going to put on the end after we pour the soap base in. You could do it a couple different ways, honestly. So it's fun to experiment. That's what's great about making soap, is you can just use all your creative juices to make different combinations of soaps. So it's like a playground, honestly, of making soap. But it's like so fun. Okay, so for example, I'll just show you the different, like some things I do. Like sometimes I put, here are my options. Now, the only one that came in this kit was the rose petals, but I wanted to show you the lavender buds are super cool, and the other botanicals and some eco glitter. We have this eco glitter in every color. It's so cool. Love glitter, obsessed with glitter, confetti, party, fun. You guys like to have fun too? I am sure. This is like the holiday fun season, so I'm excited. Okay, so you can either put them in the bottom, but most likely it's best when you're starting out to pour your soap base in, okay, and then dress up your soaps afterwards on the top end. You could also mix them in. I'll show you a couple of different things, but sometimes I'm going to warn you, there are some botanicals that will bleed a little bit. So sometimes you want to use them just for decoration. So at the end, I'm going to put the one that came with our kit, which is these rose petals. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. I hope you can see. Can everyone see what I'm doing? It's so fun. And then I'm going to put lavender buds in this one. And these smell so good. And what's cool about it is, like, okay, so you could put them on the top like this and just leave it there, and it's gorgeous. Okay. Or you can get creative and use the end of your stir, and you can stir them into the soap. And that looks super cool. What's also great about this is you get instant satisfaction, because in 30 minutes, these will be ready for me to pop out and go use. So there's that sense of accomplishment that you can get like that fast, which I absolutely love. You know, instant society, we have to have it now. So that's cool. And then these I've made before on soaps, and these are other botanicals, and these are really pretty too. So you really get a chance to get your creative juices flowing. Kind of reminds you of like when you were back in school and you got to create. If you like cooking, you will love soap making. So like, I think sometimes less is more. So sometimes I like to put just a dot, like just a flash or pop of color. I like less. Sometimes I like too much. I'm like overkill, put tons of mica powder in, change the color. It just like depends what mood you're in. You can just play with it. It's so much fun. But if you like cooking, it's like cooking. You get a basic recipe and then you decide what you're going to throw into the mix to have fun. Super fun. Glitter. I cannot not make one with glitter, double negatives there, but glitter is so much fun. And I love to sprinkle glitter. Yes, you can tell I was a teacher. It is so much fun. So I have shown you here, hopefully you can see, it's already starting to cure. And we have 4 different options. Now, again, to be clear, this kit only came with the rose petals, but because I wanted to show you variations of what else you could do with soaps, I brought out some other things. You might even have some things in your own house that you can use, which is so cool. And then what's great about it is you can either use it for decoration when your guests come over for the holidays. I love that. Would be a cool one to use, the glitter one. And I love the rose one too for the holidays, but I also love the look of the lavender buds. It kind of looks like balsam for Christmas. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'm just going to play around. So we saw it look like this. Okay. Now, if you take, like I said, you can stir things up. Bob Marley likes to stir things up. You guys ever hear that song? It's fun. All right. I'm trying to read some of your comments too. So anyway, you could take the end of your stir, and I only put a few of these botanicals on, but you can pop them in. And again, you could have put these on the flip side before, like, for example, I'll do it now. You see how this is too much, in my opinion, only because I don't want that much in mine, not because you can't. But okay, you see that? I can then go ahead. The soap base is about to harden over here, but you can add it in afterwards, the soap base, if you want to do it that way as well. There is endless things you can do with soap, and there's endless different molds you can buy, and it's so super fun. So I hope I've inspired you today to take a look at why the benefits of making your own soap, not only for the clean ingredients, which are so nice on your skin, but also just because it's a fun hobby, fun to do as gifts, fun for your own like self-care. I don't know if anybody's ever heard this before, but working with your hands, whether it is cooking, gardening, making, creating, working with your hands is a natural stress reliever. I'm sure there's people on here that can vouch for that. So by creating what I was creating, I mean, I knew that the camera was on and I was talking to you all, but in general, I was very relaxed because I was having fun and I was engaging in my creation. And that's what you would be doing. And it just is so stress relieving to just create. It just puts you in a different mind space. And you should try it. even if you only try it for one time. It's just super fun and relaxing. And then you make these beautiful masterpieces that you can use or gift. There's such a sense of pride when people come over and they're like, you made that? And I'm like, yeah, I made my own soap. So you saw how easy it is. So try it. You might really like it. And I thank you guys for coming today. It is a shorter session. I will be back to make candles on December 10th and soap again on December 15th. Check the calendar for details, and you can buy the kits and do it along with me, which is super fun. But thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you all. Bye.